So at the age of 16, I got my first commission check of 100,000. So dapat yung isip mo, hindi, paano ako kumita? Hindi, how do I create value? Change your language. It's not actually earning it. It's creating value. And if you start living that way, I'm here to solve problems. I wake up every day and my goal is to solve problems because everything in the world, whether it's a business, it's a career, it's about solving problems. When you live your life, it's either by design or by default. A lot of people live by default. Successful people live by design.
Money Masters with Chinky Tan.
The views and opinions expressed by guests on Chink Positive are their own and do not necessarily represent those of the producers, hosts, or network. Chink Positive is for entertainment and informational purposes only, while guests may share insights on financial and business topics. This does not imply endorsement of any products or services. Viewers should perform with their own research.
Do you want to really change your life forever? Ang tanong, are you going to design your life according to God's way or your way? Sa araw na ito, we are going to interview a very close friend. At the same time, he's a well-known author, speaker, and a man who chose to really live his life by design according to God's way. Let us welcome no other than Dennis C. Hi, Dennis.
Hello, hi. Hello.
Yes.
Thank you, Chinky, for having me here. And thank you to your millions of followers.
Naku.
Isa akong fan sa mga videos mo. Yan ang education ko papuntang Makati.
Naks naman, maraming salamat. Alam mo, maraming backstory with regards to Dennis. Dennis, actually, can you please tell us about your, syempre, hindi ba pretty obvious that both of us look Filipino-Chinese? And tell us more about your family background first.
Yeah, well, we came from a Chinese family and all of us, our parents came from very poor background at nakipagsapalaran sila sa Manila. So, tatay ko kasi galing probinsya yan. And then, nanay ko, nag-meet sila sa may Divisoria. My dad was a runner, kargador from Isabela, pumuntang Manila.
Wow.
And from there, the business started growing after more than a decade. No, in a way, parang sabi ni Papa na nag-jackpot siya.
Oh.
No, and was able to turn the business around. It's nasa textile industry kami. So, nasa fashion industry kami sa Divisoria. No, nagtetela kami. No, and all of us grew that way, no, knowing where we came from. Pero kasi pang-apat na ako sa 6 na magkakapatid. So medyo we were already feeling a little more comfortable. But the training that we had was every summer we were in Divisoria. Tumutulong kami sa family business. And pinakita talaga sa amin yung ropes of the work that they were doing. And all of us were exposed that way.
Yeah, I can really relate kasi actually yung father ni Dennis at saka father ko po nagkasama rin sila sa business. And yun nga, we know ang hirap talaga ng inumpisa nila, no? Pero yun nga, nung ikaw ay tinitrain sa Divisoria, ano trabaho mo nun?
Ako, alam mo, 6 years old pa lang nandun na ako. Every summer, required kami lahat. So, ang memory ko ng summer ko after school, pag summer, nasa Divisoria lang kami. So, kahera ako. Tapos, di ko alam, basta bibigyan ako pera, tapos sukli, kakalkulator ko, magsusukli ako, tapos lunchtime, magchi-chicken joy na kami. Yan yung highlight ko eh. May chicken joy, kahit anong gusto mong order, soft drinks.
Wow.
Masaya ka na, parang, di ko alam na child labor kami. Chicken joy lang pala, sweldo namin. And tumagal kaming gano'n, no? Every summer, we were there. And every break, we were in Divisoria.
So, ano yung naging impact sa'yo during that time when you were doing that?
You know, it's funny kasi nung bata kami, tapos nung magkakamalay na kami, parang feeling namin nun, nalugi kami ha. Kasi nakita ko lahat classmates ko eh. Sa Hong Kong, US, kami parang, Divisoria. Parang, ba't kami hindi Divisoria? Diba? And at the time, it was like, wala pa kaming pera. Bakit? But when we started comparing, we thought, oh, we might have had a hard life. But now, looking back, sabi ko nga, sobra ako nagpapasalamat. They trained us that way.
Bakit?
Kasi natutunan namin, number 1, yung value of hard work. Na talaga kailangan mong trabaho. And then, yung alam mong delayed gratification. Hindi kailangan agad-agad. Diba? You live like no one else. Someday you live like no one else. Diba? And I've got that now, no? Parang nasa sistema na namin. That we work really hard. No, we create value for people because we understand where our parents came from. And then yung parang tumatag ka na build yung muscles mo.
Yeah.
For hard work, yung grit, yung hustle, yung perseverance because they modeled it to us.
Anong maalala mo nung bata ka na talagang gusto mong bilhin na dinelay mo talagang pinag-ipunan mo at saka nung nakuha mo na?
alam mo, nung college, gusto ko magka-laptop.
Okay.
Pero, kasama ka dito sa kwento na to.
Oh?
May binibenta kang bag nun na sobrang mura lang. Tapos may print. Bumili ako ng laptop bag na walang laptop.
Ibinili mo yung bag ko?
Binili ko sa'yo.
Okay.
Tapos sabi ko, di ba, by faith, mag-iipon ako ng laptop.
Okay.
So, dala-dala ko everyday sa Lasal yung laptop bag na yun na walang laptop. Hanggang makakuha ako ng ipon, bumili ako ng MacBook.
So, paano mo iniipon yan? How did you do it?
Allowance, side hustle, nag-ahente ako ng tela sa Divisoria.
Okay.
So, from Lasal, I'll ride the jeep, go to, ano lang naman yan eh, LRT lang yan eh, di ba? Tapos baba ka, tapos konting jeep, nasa Tutuban na kami. Tapos nag-ahente ako 3 times a week.
Wow.
So, ang usapan namin, piso per yarda. So, at the age of 16, I got my first commission check of 100,000. So, akala ko noon, yaman ko na. Di ba?
Oo nga.
Marami yung kakagusto sa akin. Walang effect yung 100,000. Wala naman nakaalam na 100,000. But at that time, that was the peak of, yan yung introduction ng Starbucks sa Philippines, 1996.
Okay.
Grabe, hindi ako maka-Starbucks. Kasi alam ko ilang yarda yun eh. Sabi ko, wow, 2 rolyo ng tela to. Hindi ako maka-Starbucks. Kasi naintindihan ko yung
value, no?
Oo, yung punta ako Divisoria, maputik, punta ako sa Ilaya, nag-ahente ako. Kaya pagalitan ako pag naniningil kami ng utang. Sabi ko, I can't drink the coffee. At that time, I can't drink the coffee because I knew the hard work and the amount that was, di ba?
Yung value, you know?
Yeah.
Grabe. So, nung nabili mo na yung laptop, anong feeling?
Ang sarap ng feeling kasi una-una may laman na yung bag kong laptop. Hindi na ako nagpapanggap na may laptop. Tapos ginandahan ko na yung bag ko, yung may talagang pang-laptop na talaga. But the feeling at the time was, you know, it's always worth the wait.
Wow.
You know, yung mas masarap pag galing sa sarili mong kayod, di ba? Na I was able to do this not because hiningi ko lang, but I've earned this, and the work that goes behind this laptop, parang ano siya eh, core memory siya eh.
Yeah.
Di ba?
So, right now, yun nga, medyo interesting yan. Kasi syempre, right now, you're married, you have how many kids?
I have 5 kids.
5 kids. So, how can you right now, syempre, iba yung pinagdaanan ninyo, at saka iba yung ngayon eh. How
Right.
can you right now still preserve yung ganong klaseng teaching to your kids?
Yeah. So when we talk about designing your life, no, kami ng wife ko si Tammy, we've talked about that. Actually, that's a very long discussion we had. Kasi na-alarm kami that there are certain people na pag nawala sila sa business, baka yung mga anak nila hindi makuha yung values of hard work and ano. So we were very deliberate about it. Talagang deliberate effort
Paano?
kami. Summer jobs. We joined mga bazaars for kids. Nagbe-bake sila. Pandemic, they were selling. My eldest got into stock market investing. Pinabasa ko lang ng libro on stock market. Babayaran kita 500 pesos, tapusin mo itong libro. O gusto mo mag-invest? So lahat ng regalo nila, ng ninong-ninang, in-invest niya. Nagkaroon siya ng stock sa Jollibee. So part owner siya ng Jollibee because of that. So they started early on. My second kid is the entrepreneurial one. As in, nagbabuy and sell, nag-flip-flip ng ano. Very, ano na, within the system, this ko galing. Parang may dugo kang Chinese talaga, di ba? Parang nakuha niya eh, di ba? And so my 2 boys now are very young, but they're very active in mga bazaars and baking, and they sell their products during summer.
Galing. So, kasi yun yung isang challenge actually ngayon ng mga magulang na nakikinig at nanonood ngayon, na nasabi nila once na hindi ko padadaanin sa hirap yung ano. So, there's a tendency to protect them and sometimes spoil them.
Yeah.
And FYI, ang mga nakaka-spoil ng mga anak, hindi lang yung may kaya.
Right.
Kahit yung mga less privileged, kaya niya lang spoil yung anak nila.
Right. Yeah, and it would, you know, the result of that, as I've seen, because I also pastor church, and when I see a lot of parents do that, alam mo yung akala mong it would build the resilience, baliktad eh.
Ano nangyari?
They become soft. Parang akala nila yung pera dumarating na lang. Hingi lang ako eh. Di ba? But when you start being more deliberate about, no, I have to teach them how to work hard. That there's no such thing as free lunch. Right? And free lunch actually, pag makita mo, it's for social work eh. Di ba? Binibigyan ka dahil wala ka talagang pera. And you're really in the poverty level. We can't let our kids think that way. Was nagwi-window shopping kami ng misis ko. Tapos alam ko may gusto siya. So may gusto ko talaga to. Wala akong pera. Sabi ko, sandali lang, CR lang ako. Umalis ako, umiyak ako. Sabi ko, sobrang simple nung hinihingi ng misis ko. Hindi ko mabigay. Both of us decided, if we feel like there are certain even things that are so basic, we can't afford, we have to do something about it. The resilience kasi happens during hard times. It doesn't happen in good times.
Negosyong pangmatagalan at kumikitang pangkabuhayan ba ang gusto mo? Mag-franchise na sa Rigasco.
Yeah, we have to start teaching them while they're young. You know, you have to work hard so that you can, you know, have food, right? And you want that, learn how to work hard, learn how to save. Learn how to invest before buying. Pang fourth stage na yung buying.
Wow.
So yung strength talaga dyan, yun yung sabi ko na kahit na yung tatay ko, no, medyo maano sa pera, mahigpit. Ilocano kasi, Chinese pa. Hindi talaga maka-let go, di ba? Bad combination. Pero, alam mo, because hindi nila binigay yung gusto namin nung bata kami, naging resourceful kami. Di ba? Okay, kailangan ko pala pumunta ng Divisoria. Kailangan ko pala magtrabaho. So, working student kami, magkakapatid. Nasa Lasal kami, but we all work.
Galing, no? It's never about the lack of resources. It's the lack of sometimes resourcefulness. Yung kulang sa diskarte. Dennis, alam mo, habang kinikwento mo yung story mo, I'm sure maraming makaka-relate nun. Yun nga, may mga iba kasi, like for example, traditional Chinese na family expected to go into business. Pero, ikaw mismo, di ba, you chose a different path. So, can you walk us through yung moment na sinabi mo, hindi ako mag-negosyo. O ibang career gusto ko. Anong naging reaction?
So, pang-apat ako sa 6. Lahat talaga gusto magnegosyo. May something na nangyari sa akin na nung bata pala ako, sabi ko, okay naman magnegosyo, pero parang gusto ko mag-ministry, mag-work sa church. No, alam mo naman, di ba?
Walang pera sa church.
Walang pera sa church, di ba? Parang, we all know 9 out of 10 pastors won't be financially, there at where they want it to be. Naalala ko noon, dahil nga meron akong ipon, sabi ko, sige na, gusto ko talaga magpastor. Guys, release me. I think I can do this. Sabi nila, okay, papayag kami, may isang kondisyon.
Ano?
Wala kang makukuha sa amin ni isang kusing. Kay Lord mo kunin yan.
Wow!
Ito ako, nakatira sa isang malaking bahay sa Makati, tapos yun yung sinabi sa akin. Wala akong pwedeng makuha sa kanila. Sabi ko, sige, I take the challenge. It was at the time that I started doing side hustles while I was studying theology. Nag-host ako. Nag-stand-up comedy ako. Nagkaroon tayo ng konting projects together. Mga out of town natin na nag-host ako, nagpapatawa ako para lang makakuha ng pera. Diba? And I think even that, parang, wow, yung na-build ako ng Divisoria Kaya ko to. Ang baho kong umuwi. Diba? 9 o'clock, bukas tindahan. 6 o'clock, sarado. Ikaw una, ikaw huli. So, it's like, why not? I want to do God's purpose for my life. Might as well do the hard work. If you can't do the hard things, I don't think you'll build the muscles that's needed. Di ba?
Galing. Alam mo, may kasabihan nga, di ba? Tough times create strong men. Good times create weak men.
Right.
Yeah. Ano talaga, so tempting, no? Honestly, lalo na sa mga magulong nakikinig ngayon at nanonood, relate talaga ako sa inyo na gusto ko nyong magbigay ng magandang buhay para sa inyong mga anak. Walang masama doon. Pero not to the point. Believe me, you're gonna make a great disservice to your children na hindi ko makalimutan. Ito, one story that really broke my heart. There was a graduate sa high school, sabi, nanghingi siya ng parang graduation gift sa tatay niya. Ang hiningi niya, iPhone. Pero hindi naman brand new, second hand. So, nung pumunta sila sa mall, na-realize 25,000. Sabi ng tatay niya, hindi ko afford yan. Alam mo, ginawa ng anak, naglayas.
What?
Yeah. So, walang nagawa si tatay. Nangutang ng 25,000, binili yung iPhone. Alam mo ang trabaho ni tatay?
Ano?
Hindi naman sa pammaliliit. tricycle driver who makes 500 a day. So parang, it really broke my heart. Broke my heart. Again, I cannot put that father at fault. Hindi kasalanan ng tatay. Kasi parang gusto niya ibigay eh. Pero kahit di niya kaya. Pero it also broke my heart, yung naging response ng anak.
Right.
So, I just don't know, yun nga, you right now, as a father, and also, as a minister and pastor, how do we draw the line na, yun nga, yung ganun? Paano ibabalance?
Alam mo, Chiki, naalala ko, first time ako umiyak sa marriage namin.
Paano?
Was nagwi-window shopping kami ng misis ko. Tapos alam ko may gusto siya. So, may gusto ko talaga to. Wala akong pera. Sabi ko, sandali lang, CR lang ako. Umalis ako, umiyak ako. Sobrang simple nung hinihingi ng misis ko. Hindi ko mabigay. Tapos balik ako parang, okay, wala tayong budget, di ba? Ipon-ipon muna tayo, ganyan lang. Happy naman kami after. Hindi niya alam na umiyak ako. But you know, both of us decided, if we feel like there are certain even things that are so basic, we can't afford, we have to do something about it. Right? Naalala ko pa, early years of our marriage, because I left the family business. We started selling diapers. Yung sala namin na ganito kalaki, diaper yan. Bodega ng diaper yan. Alam mo magkano kinikita namin sa bawat pack? 30 pieces yun eh. 30 pesos. Because we wanted to make sure na may budget kami din for the diaper of our second daughter.
Tama.
So talaga, hustle kami.
Wow.
Gawa kami ng paraan to make it happen. Di ba? Yun yung ano ko eh, yung the resilience kasi happens during hard times. It doesn't happen in good times. Di ba? Parang gym, di ba? Pagka buhat ka ng 2 pounds, hindi naman lalaki muscles mo eh. Kailangan mo magbuhat ng alam mong mahirapan ka. The stress, the tension, there's a healthy tension there na dapat all of us, especially as parents, no, we train our kids to be that way. And I think that's the better gift than cash or instant gratification.
Grabe, ang galing nun. Alam mo, I just want to encourage parents out there also na kailangan ma-change din natin yung financial language natin eh. Kasi oftentimes na, yun nga, minsan yung reality nakapos, parang we always say, no, wala akong pera, wala tayong pera, mahirap lang tayo. I think that's at times unhealthy in the sense na, kasi pag parati mo sinasabi yan, di ba? Parang you're saying that you're just broke and poor and then you cannot afford. I think the right way to say it is wala pa sa budget eh. Di ba? Yeah. Pero wala pa sa budget right now. Pero alam mo, pag-iipunan natin to.
Right.
Gagawa natin ng paraan that we can afford it.
Right.
Hindi, kasi it's also a disconnect also for a minister just like you na sinasabi mo na, I know we cannot afford it kasi pastor lang ako. Diba? Parang it's short of saying also, the God in heaven that you're serving is not a good provider for you.
Right. Yeah. Which is not true. Because if you look at Deuteronomy 8:18, sabi doon, remember the Lord your God, it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth. Binigyan ka raw ng Diyos ng abilidad para kumita ng pera. Grabe, di ba? So parang, for some people, if you don't believe in that theology, hindi ka maging resourceful eh. Di ba? If you look at our world, great equalizer naman na. Ang daming great equalizer. The internet, knowledge, you offer master classes that before could have been 100,000, now how much it is. Di ba? Parang, there's a lot of opportunities out there to earn, to be more creative, and to be more resourceful. So, it's actually us looking with our eyes of faith and saying, ano ba binigay sa akin ni Lord? Kaya ganoon din sabi ko sa mga anak ko, ano ba binigay sa inyo ni Lord?
Tama.
O, may nagbigay sa atin ng oven, bake kayo.
Tama.
O, pag ito, sabi ko sa anak ko, yung pangatlo, ay sige, gusto mo ba talaga kumita?
Oh.
Then, gusto mo mini Lego, alam mo ng Lego dito.
Yeah.
8,000, 15,000, 15,000 Lego, tapos 2 hours, tapos na. Hingi ka na lang sa ninong mo. Ninong Chinky.
At ako pangalan ko, sige, Ninong Randall na lang.
Di ba? 15,000 2 hours. Parang ako, I cannot.
Oo.
So, sabi ko sa kanya, 15,000. Bumili ka, kumita ka nito. 150 per kita mo. Di ba? Ilan na bibake mo per batch? Di ba? 10. 1.5 agad. Sabi mo, 10 batch, 10 days, you have 15,000.
Tama.
Huh? 10 days only? Yeah. Some people, you know how much they earn monthly? Only 15,000. You earn that in 10 days. And you're a kid. Oh, Dad. Big ng big. when you live your life, it's either by design or by default. A lot of people live by default. Successful people live by design. And sometimes even that yung parang, hindi ako may kita Change your language. It's not actually earning It's creating value.
Kapatid, sawa ka na ba parating kapos ang iyong kita? Well, I have good news for you. Join my free Income Generator Blueprint webinar. Here, I'm going to reveal to you paano ka magkaroon ng extra income kahit busy ka. Mindset shift from stress to blessed with peace of mind and financial freedom. Kung yan ang gusto mo, just type IGB sa comment section. Slots are limited. First come, first serve lang for the first 500. So click the link below.
Mabilis
Yeah.
Kaya mahirap pag mga matatanda, lalaki na, hirap kumita Bro, yung 10-year-old ko ang lang kumikita. So, hindi mo pwede sabihin, hindi ka pwedeng kumita.
At saka we just need to understand. Ito lang, I just want to encourage, especially if you are a minister out there, pastor ka. Kasi pastor ako hindi ako makapagnegosyo, hindi ako ganito. Let me tell you this, the same God that you are serving is the same God that a businessman is serving. So, ang ibig mo sabihin, napaka-unfair si Lord na pwede niyang pagpalain isang negosyante, hindi ka pwedeng pagpalain. And I do believe that God will meet all your needs according to His glorious riches.
Yeah.
Diba? Yung parang kung magbago talaga, alam mo yung talagang dito yung na-realize ko talaga. Ang change talaga is not on the outside. The change is in the inside, in the way you think.
Right.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. And sometimes even that yung parang, hindi ako may kita Change your language. It's not actually earning It's creating value. Ang pastor, may salary ako, ganyan talaga. But if you create value with people, kahit anong gawin mo, you create value. Right? Natutunan ko rin yan sa Divisoria. Alam ko yung tela namin na Swiss cotton, 60 pesos lang during my time per yard. So, 2.5 yards para maka-long sleeves to 3 yards. 6, 12, 18, 180. Lagyan mo ng crocodile, naging 5,000.
Crocodile? Dahil may ano.
May lakos. What's that? That's value creation. There's a label. Kaya wala kaming lakos growing up, Chinky. Hindi namin kaya Alam ko kasi 180 lang po muna. Ba't ako magbibili ng 5,000 to 8,000 na polo? Hindi ko talaga kaya. But now I appreciate those labels because those labels talk about hard work. There's a lot of things that goes around that's creating value.
Yeah.
No? And if you start living that way, I'm here to solve problems. I wake up every day and my goal is to solve problems because everything in the world, whether it's a business, it's a career, it's about solving problems. So, ganun din ang motto ko pag gising ko bawat umaga. Anong problema ang pwede kong isolve?
Wow.
Yeah. That's creating value.
Yeah, and the greater the problem you solve, the greater the
value.
Yeah, the value. And the greater the income opportunity.
Yes. Yeah. So, dapat yung isip mo, hindi, paano ako kumita? Hindi, how do I create value?
Would you say also, yung natutunan mo sa Divisoria, napapractice mo ngayon sa profession mo as a minister?
Oh, yes. Sobrang laking tulong. Kasi number one, nung nasa Divisoria kami, first in, first out kami. And now that I'm running a church of thousands, who should be the first one in the office?
Ikaw.
Who should be the last one?
Ikaw.
It's me. I need to be there. I still think even at night. Diba? Ibig sabihin, yan natutunan ko nung bata pa ako. Kasi kita ko si Papa Umaga, gising na. Gabi, nagbibilang pa ng pera. Now, hindi ako workaholic tulad ng tatay ko. May boundaries ako kasi 5 anak ko. Diba? Pero alam ko na pag nagtrabaho ako, trabahong parang tatay ko. I clock in, I clock out.
Wow.
Discipline, rhythm. May rhythm naman ang buhay.
Galing.
Pag may rhythm ka, pak.
Yeah.
Yun na yun.
Galing.
Monday to Friday, kami Tuesday to Sunday. Ito, rhythm ko. Hindi ako nagigilty. Pag lalabas ako, magbabakasyon kami, okay lang. Bakit? Kasi pag nagtrabaho ako. Pero pag nagbakasyon ako.
So, ano yung pinakamalaking problema na sinusolve mo ngayon sa ministry?
I think the post-pandemic landscape has changed.
Okay.
Whether in business or in ministry. Maraming churches declined during the pandemic.
Okay.
A lot of churches closed down.
Okay.
So, nagbago yung mundo. And now, people are in a way, parang 9/11 may nagbago sa psyche natin, sa psychology natin. Marami, ayoko na lang mag-church.
Online na lang.
Online na lang ako, di ba? pag online, ang hirap din ng engagement. Kasi okay lang si Saint Bitang may online burol, di ba? Pero, di ba? Pero ako, we're in the people business. Yeah, online plays a part in the church, but there's something about the face-to-face that you know I'm your pastor. Ayoko kasi maging pastor na hindi ko kilala yung congregation ko. That's creating value. Right?
So,
yeah.
So, ano yung innovation na ginawa mo? As an entrepreneur kasi, kailangan mag-innovate ka rin.
Yeah.
Just like what, di ba, maraming mga, nagsara negosyo, nagluto, di ba, nag-innovate sila, nag-adjust. So, anong ginawa mo naman as a strategy to be able to adapt to the changing times?
Yeah. There's two. Okay? You go high-tech and you go high-touch.
Paano?
High-tech is use social media, use internet, use Zoom. Minsan traffic, Zoom tayo, ganyan, meet tayo. Church can be everywhere. That's high-tech.
Okay.
But the high-touch point is very important. Ito hindi mabibigay ng online. Pinagpipray kita, hawak tayo kamay. Di ba? Punta ako party, punta ako burol, umiyak ako with you. That's different. The high-tech, high-touch applies in business, applies in your career, applies in ministry.
Wow.
Di ba? Yan na yung mundo natin eh. It's high-tech, high-touch.
Kaya nga parang sa mga taong, just like to strike a balance na sinasabi. Yes, napilitan tayo mag high-tech, Zoom and everything during the time of pandemic. Pero tapos ng pandemic, dapat high-touch na lang tayo. O mag-extreme ka naman. Hindi, wala na mga Zoom, wala nang lahat. Pero nagbago na eh. Parang, alam mo yung na-realize ko, yung parang nung na-introduce yung online shopping. Di ba nakita ng tao yung convenience?
Yes.
Hindi na sila pupunta, hindi na sila bibit-bit, hindi sila kukuha ng taxi. Di ba? Imagine mo, ang hassle nun. Pero ngayon, dinideliver na.
Right.
Sa palagay mo, babalik pa ba sila sa ganung klaseng way?
No, it has changed, right? Yeah.
Kaya nga, so there are two worlds that you need to save. May mga ibang tao still prefer probably to do it.
Yeah.
You give that, Pero may mga iba, gusto na rin yung convenience.
Right, yeah.
So, ang galing talaga nito. Kaya alam nyo, itong ang gaganda ng conversation natin dito ngayon with, again, should I call you Dennis or Pastor Dennis? With Dennis, he lives in both world. Na-experience niya na nasa marketplace siya, nagtrabaho siya, nagnegosyo siya. At ngayon, yun nga, ginagamit niya yung principle na ito in terms of building the ministry and building the work of God. So, right now, let's talk about your new book. I'm really excited about this. Why, again, design your life?
Yes.
O why design your life? Ano ba yung pinaka-core message nito?
Okay, sa tagal ko nang nagpapastor, ang daming tao, they do without thinking. Ginawa ko lang. Ano ginagawa mo? Ba't mo ginagawa? Ginagawa ko eh. Ha? Ginagawa mo lang? Design kasi, when you live your life, it's either by design or by default. Ibig sabihin ng default, ito binigay sa akin ng kapalaran ko eh.
Yung parang
na ako eh.
Hindi, parang, if not naman, nurse kasi si ganito.
Yeah, right.
Default,
O health mo.
May diabetes.
Diabetic. Hindi ko nababago yung lifestyle ko. Diabetic naman kami lahat. That's default. A lot of people live by default. Successful people live by design.
Exactly. So, can you explain and expound further?
So, ang design your life is based on a 6 P's on how you can be able to design your life.
Yung i-formulate.
Yung may 4 paths siya. May 6 paths siya na
pwede mo bang i-share ng konti?
Alright, konti lang. Okay, the first one is personhood. It starts with your identity. You have to know who you are.
Sino ka?
No, alam ko sabi ni Simon Sinek, start with why. 'Di ba yung libro niya? Start with why. Ako, I don't start with why. I start with who am I?
'Di ba, how are you designed by God?
Yes.
Ano yung strength mo?
Yes.
'Di ba?
And I think that's a different perspective that I try to put in the book. That's very different from maybe a secular author.
Yes.
Na successful pero yun na ba yun? Talaga. No? So, the personhood is very important. Sino ba talaga ako?
And next P?
Next P is purpose. That's
Yun ay
your
why.
why.
Yun ay why.
Once pag nawala na identity crisis mo, oh man, you're so unstoppable. You can start living out your purpose. Diba? And then the next with the purpose, to help you craft the purpose, is you have to understand pain. What's pain? Anong problema ng mundo na gusto mong isolve? Pain. Sabi ko nga, lahat. Diba? Sapatos. Bakit may sapatos? Masakit pag nakachinelas lang.
Tama.
Sapatos. Bakit may running shoes? It's to solve a problem. Lahat, di ba? Bakit may ganitong laruan? Bakit nga ba, Chinky, di ba? It's to solve a problem. Some people just want to collect. Okay, I'll solve your problem. I'll give you really nice collectibles.
Okay.
Everything. I wake up, I solve a problem. I see a pain in the world, I try to solve it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tutuloy pa ba tayo sa 4 or ano? Or read my book na lang?
Oh.
Hanggang number 4. Hanggang number 4.
Sige, number 4 is
You won't believe what happens next. Type part 2 if you want more.
sobrang pagod ng utak. Dami kong iniisip. I can't even buy a minute of silence because my mind was restless.
Why do some people don't make their own decisions in life?
A lot of reasons. Number 1, major reason is so that they can blame somebody else.
Grabe.
Yeah. Kasi yan yung victim story dahil sabi nila Kaya ito course ko dahil sabi nila nung nawala na sila, ganun ka pa rin. Kasi nga, hindi mo naman talaga gusto, hindi mo naman lane. Sabi nila wala na sila At a certain point, you volunteered already and said, this is my past. Yun yung psycho. Naka-default ka Dumifault ka It's time you design. You have to go through active preparation mode. Hindi ka pwede passive preparation Bahala na, antayin ko na lang dumating. Baka dumating yung opportunity din, I'll go. Hindi, habang nagtatrabaho ka sa isang trabahong ayaw mo, nagpe-prepare ka din for this next path.